Hey Sag, it is the March 2015 forecast and I have so much to tell you. Like, this is kind of your deal. Like, you love to overanalyze things and really dig deep into the purpose of things. So you're really going to kind of like this energy as far as the exploration of souls and the limitations that you can manifest from is kind of a Sag thing. And so you're going to really enjoy this month because we have a giant astrological event that's going to happen. And that is the final Pluto Uranus square that all the astrologers have been talking about. Now, this is a cumulative energy. So this means that we're sitting on the blanket, waiting for the grand finale to happen on the 4th of July. Like, this is the big event. This is the cumulative energy that you've been waiting for since these Pluto-Uranus squares started happening to you in 2007. For you, this energy is in your second house of family, in your foundation, in your relationships, both past and present. It makes you evaluate everything having to do with your morals, your values, how you value yourself, how you value others, versus balancing your family, your relationships with your parents, relationships and expectations of everybody. This is in general just a big relationship energy that you have been having to manifest. Now, Sagittariuses are the great wanderers. And so settling down and just seeking roots is difficult for you to do because your roots can't go too deep because you need to pick up your tree and go somewhere else. And so this isn't going to be enough to meet your needs after these Pluto-Uranus squares. You're seeking something deeper, a connection with family and friends, yourself and others. Now, you normally do this through spreading yourself as thin as possible and trying to meet everybody's needs and being the center of everybody's attention. But these Pluto-Uranus squares have been making you think about this process and think, is this actually what I really, really want? Is just spreading myself amongst the masses and not having anything for myself, a foundation for myself, a person for myself, soulmate for myself? Like, is it making my relationships suffer with my family and my friends and my loved ones in my life because I'm so busy trying to put forth all my morals and values into the world and feed the masses, but I don't have any close personal relationships that provide me a stable foundation. So the Pluto-Uranus squares have been making you evaluate the way that you present yourself to the world. It's making you go inward, which is very easy for a Sagittarius to do, and look at your routines and look at the way that you constantly have been, what's manifested progress in your past may not necessarily bring forth the kind of progress in relationships in the future. So you're going to have to do some evaluation. Now, Pluto is the planet of power and limitation. It's the planet of death and regeneration. Is opposing Capricorn in this Pluto-Uranus square in your foundation, in what makes you steady, what firmly puts your feet on the ground and helps you grow a strong trunk into a flourishing tree. I mean, that's what it's asking you here. And then opposing that is Uranus, which is wanting you to be as spontaneous as possible, innovative with these relationships that you're currently in. And it's wanting you to seek the freedom that you constantly seek. You constantly need to feel that breath of fresh air and just feel at arm's length to a certain degree to flourish. But is that making your sunshine your Aries? And all these energies are opposing each other. There's an imbalance in here somewhere. And there has been an imbalance, and you've been struggling with this balance since 2007. So Sagittarius, I want to ask you, what is it that you truly want to manifest in your life for your future? Your fourth house is a big influence this month. You're going to be really focusing on your fourth house. So I'm going to ask you, what is not allowing you to have the home and family environment that you so truly crave? That fourth house is asking you, if I look at my past relationship and I look at my current ones, and if I compare the two, where's my flaws? What am I doing wrong? Now, we all know this isn't your strong suit, Sag. Let's face it, you're hard-headed, and you don't like to admit you're wrong. You're always right. You're continuously right. I mean, how could you not be right? But you're not right. Pluto Uranus squares would not be igniting these areas if you were doing it right. So your ego is more than likely been taking some hits because anything that you've tried to manifest has been broke down at some point. And so you're wondering, what's going on? Like, I'm doing all the things right. Lucky Jupiter keeps throwing these things my way, but I keep screwing it up. And what am I doing wrong? Well, that's what this energy is here to help you learn about. Like, what are you doing wrong? You know, what do you need help where do you need to focus in your life to get that relationships, get all of your relationships on track to meet your needs? Because without a strong foundation, even the Sagittarius, who is the great wanderer, needs to have something to come home to after you're done wandering. Like, you need to have something that makes you fulfilled. Because love is what makes the world go around, and you're like the ultimate hippie. So of course you understand that, really honestly, when it boils down to it, love is what makes the world go around. My relationships with my children, that makes my world go around. My relationships with my spouses, or my relationships with my partners or prospective partners, that actually makes the world go around. My family makes the world go around. I can wander off, but I need to come home to something. That's what this energy is trying to tell you, Sagittarius. You're not happy. You're not fulfilled, or this wouldn't be highlighted by the universe to this degree. So we have that Pluto Uranus square, and that's going to happen on the 16th. Now understand that you're going to feel this energy all throughout the month, and you've been feeling it actually since about 2007. And just understand that even though the peak of this energy happens on the 16th, it doesn't actually end on the 16th. It's not like grand finale, all done, cars go home, everybody's going home for the day. No. We're going to be feeling this energy. Basically, we're going to be feeling the energy until years and years to come. Anyhow, you're going to be feeling this energy, and it's a substantial energy. Basically, what the universe has done is given you all the books, given you all the tools, and said, this is where you wanted to excel. Here you go, Sag. I've given you demonstrations of relationships that haven't worked for you. I've given you family situations where breakdown has happened so that you could learn how to manifest change in those relationships. I've given you tools. I've given you eclipses to come in and eclipse out some of the people in your life that were blocking you in certain areas emotionally, and your sun to shine. So I'm giving you all this. Now sit down and do all of the work, which isn't a Sag's strong point. I don't care what anybody else says. Sags can be very, very lazy. They're used to getting what they want because Jupiter usually just gives it to them. A Sag to do work, a Sag to sit down and actually apply themselves in a way that is not beneficial. It's hard, laborious, intensive work. I'm not saying that you guys can't do that, but there has to be a high amount of pleasure in the end to motivate you to do that. What's the pleasure in all that work and breaking down every single thing you've ever done wrong? That's not pleasurable. You can't lavish in that. Like, Jupiter's not giving you that. That's work you have to do within yourself. Through self-exploration, you will have the relationship that you've always sought. The one that allows you to be free, allows your sun to shine, but gives you grounded stability and gives you the foundation that you need. So in love, for the first 17 days, Venus and Mars will do their dance. And this is going to ignite some passion, some romance, maybe a love affair, maybe somebody you've liked from afar that you just got to have. Well, you're going to have the power to get it. And you're going to love it. And it's going to be a smoldering temptation for you. It's a very exciting connection. On the 5th, we have a full moon in Virgo, and this is going to be in your 10th house. This full moon in Virgo is asking you about your life purpose. So the Pluto Uranus Square is saying friends, family, building a foundation, but can you still go in the direction of your career, of your internal purpose, of your higher power, of your ascension process? Are you still able to do that and meet all the needs of everything else? If not, if you don't think you can, this Virgo full moon is going to take out what is blocking that ability to do that. If it's a self-destructive relationship, if it's a relationship that won't fulfill all of this, then that may go. It may take out a job that's been floundering and not doing so well, but give you an opportunity. Because anytime the universe takes away something, that's the potential to bring on something, a new beginning. So when there's an ending, there's always a beginning. So just know this with this energy that's coming in. If it's an upsetting energy, Sagittarius is get over things real quick. They're pretty mutable. They're go with the flow people. So I'm sure that this isn't going to be a terrible energy for you. Then on the 11th, we have the Mars crosses Uranus. And, okay, me and you need to talk here. You're argumentative. You are such an argumentative sign that this is not the day for you to stand your ground. I know every day is about standing your ground as a Sagittarius. I know that you're always right and you've got to make it known, but this is not the day, because that partner that you're arguing with, you may underestimate, and it may generate a catastrophic result because Mars is in Uranus. This is the planet of aggression and power. In Uranus, crossing over Uranus, these two are going to fight and just get it all on. And it's going to be an unpredictable, explosive result that's going to come of this. So if you want to argue, table it. I'm sure you can pick up your argument later. I mean, you can generate it again. Just not on a day that could be catastrophic for you. Like, I just want to, be safe about when you pick your battles. Don't do it on the 11th. Okay, stay away. Just walk away. Catalog it for later. Get them later. Okay? And then on the 16th, you have the peak of the Pluto Uranus Square. It's when the actual event takes place. Now, know that when this takes place, this is a cumulative energy. You're going to feel this energy. It's a big energy, and you're very receptive to these energies because you're so so receptive to the energy of people, of metaphysical manifestations. I mean, you know these better than anybody. You can wrap your head around this and pull the lesson out of it because you're incredibly intelligent. But that doesn't mean that going through these things is easy, especially in these areas that's making you, because you don't know if you want to settle down. The expectation is for you to settle down, but your ability to wander is going to overcome you, and it's going to be a struggle. But there's somebody significant in your life right now that may be worth this consideration. There's family in your life that need you right now, and it's going to be worth the consideration for you to step outside your normal routines and expand your life. Then on the 20th, on the 18th, we have Mercury aligning with Neptune in your 4th house. Don't buy real estate. The devil's going to be in the details in this one. So stay away from any purchasing, collaborating, anything that has to do with partnership, anything. Just stay away from it on this day, because there's going to be something, you're going to have rose-colored glasses, and the devil's going to be in the details. Okay? And then on the 20th, you have that solar eclipse in your 4th house. It's a new moon in Pisces. This is an exciting energy. You work really well with this Pisces energy. You guys are like bread and butter. So you're going to be looking at your relationships, and you're going to be turning inward and looking at the unconscious limitations that you have. You're going to be looking at your past relationships and your present relationships, and you're going to be comparing them, and you're going to see where the flaws are. And you do this really well. You're like a little computer in this way. And Pisces and you will have this ballet between each other that's going to work really well. And if there's something that's substantially blocking you, it could be eclipsed out, because you need your sun to shine. You are a fire sign. So you need this sun to fully shine, to flourish, to put forth the fire into the world that you need to. I mean, you need to burn and blaze a line because you're a leader. Now, Saturn is in a square with Mercury at the Pluto retrograde. At the Pluto Uranus square. As if it wasn't a hard enough square, Saturn is going to limit your ability to effectively communicate during this process. So it may not be about you talking. God knows you guys like to talk. It could mean that that you're not able to talk is because your partner's pointing out something about you that you need to work on. And so the universe will limit your ability to effectively communicate so that your partners can get a word in edgewise, because it's very difficult for anybody to get a word in edgewise with a Sagittarius. So that's the month of March for you. And I think it's going to be a good month. You are going to have to learn to let people talk. It's not all about what you have to say, Sagittarius. It's about, if you want healthy relationships with people and with your friends, family, children, you have to learn to not be so opinionated, to be open to other people's opinions, and to let them make significant changes in your life, and not to get so caught up on routine and the structure of your old belief systems, because obviously you're not perfect, because the universe wouldn't be asking you to make changes if you were. So good luck, Sagittarius. I look forward to your comments, and I hope you have a wonderful March.